Huh?
It's at Taunts Band, but that's.
Yes.
Thank you.
No worries.
No, I wondered why I was being invited out for a dinner, for this dinner, and they were like, "Here's Shauna, you must meet her," and yeah, like you said, it was just, the rest just kicked off from there. So
Yeah.
it was a good meeting, good
Yes,
meeting of minds.
it was. It's good fun. So that's how we met. um,
Yes.
and then yeah, I just wanted to like maybe this like some people have asked about like what our favorite gigs have been and those kind of like general questions. But I suppose we could maybe we could probably talk about like what do you feel like your favorite gigs have been so far? When you're playing, well, obviously you have been playing with lots of other bands as well, but um, yeah,
No, I, it's a really difficult question because playing live with REWS is one of the, is that's the fun and the joy. And every show's awesome playing with you and Scott. So that's actually a really difficult question. But I suppose memorable wise, the first one would probably have to be Marshall Live,
yes,
because that was the first time I'd ever played such a big stage, and that was amazing. And the Darkness tour. There were certain shows that were amazing, certain shows that were really good, but not as amazing. But I think all of that together just kind of made this experience that was like almost like one whole gig.
yeah,
I thought
yeah. It was a bit like that
that,
actually,
if that
wasn't it?
makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it really did feel like that. Yeah, it just because you lived in a bubble for like a month. Well, we lived in a bubble for a
Yeah,
month when we were doing it.
and because there were so many shows back to back, I think there wasn't many off days, so it just kind of all melded. But it was
Yeah,
good, which was good. It was
that's
cool.
it. Yeah.
It was a cool
Yeah, it
thing.
was sort of that's one thing I really loved about it was the fact that we were able to live on a bus for a month. And then you didn't have to think too much about where where you were going to be, what you had to do. You just sort of like woke up at the venue, and then you and I went for a few runs together.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, and and just like generally being fed by that amazing catering team was absolutely phenomenal.
Although on that first day of the bus, we did go to sleep, wake up outside the venue, thinking it was the venue, but we'd actually been driven away back for like a couple of hours back to Birmingham, hadn't we?
Yes,
And we
that's
were
right.
panicking that we weren't going to make it because they didn't want to wake us up, so
Yeah,
they left us on the bus, and we woke up nowhere near the venue, freaking out because we had to get back to sound check, and
yeah.
yeah, so
That
that
was
was fun.
actually
But apart from that,
probably,
we were always where we needed to be.
I know. Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah, apart from that, it's actually quite funny that that was the first day and it just ended up
Yeah.
being quite no, it's crazy. Yeah, it was such a fun tour. Hello Ashley, by the way. Hello Dan, we're back. Yes. Sorry that the connection's been kind of a bit on and off. I hope you all enjoyed the clapping. We had loads of fun. I think that's when the connection maybe cut off for us as well. But it's been amazing. So yes, thank you all for tuning in, you little legends. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. So yeah, Ellie and I've just been catching up on the Darkness tour for any of you who have just tuned in, and what our fun favorite times were on that tour. Do you have any? I know that you just mentioned that kind of hilarious memory of us waking up on the bus still moving. But do you have any other kind of like hilarious memories that you or like
Oh,
favorite memories on that tour?
um, there there were so many times. I'd say one of them was probably Roadie Saturday. That wasn't Saturday when we had our day off. Where were we? Manchester, and
Yes.
we ended up going out for a few drinks with the roadies from the Darkness, and we were out at sort of middle of the day, weren't we? We didn't get back till the early hours of the morning
I
in
do
a
remember that.
slightly worse state, and
Yeah.
you fell over and scat your hand, didn't you?
I sure did. That was not fun. So
That
that was
wasn't the
in
highlight of the night.
yeah, well, it was a highlight of my hand, that's for sure. I was yeah. it was not good. Do you know, I still have pain in my hand now and again, like from where I hit my hand.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
for everyone who didn't know what happened, basically we were in Manchester, and outside one of the hotel. I'm sure anybody is there anybody here that who are from Manchester, um, or anybody who has been to Manchester? Let us know. But basically they have the cycle lanes that have a curb on either side. And for some reason I got it in my head that it would be a great idea to race one of the fellow roadies across the road to the hotel. Needless to say, I did not notice the second curb on the other side of the cycle path, and completely, epically flew halfway across the main road and like just landed on my hands. Had like, you know, well actually it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but yeah, there was a big chunk taken out of my hand, and we had quite a significant amount of shows to do next. So yeah, I was a little bit worrying that there was a broken hand or something, but it was good crack, wasn't it?
It was. I think the best bit was because you just shouted race, and everyone looked round and thought, "What's happening?" No one was running, but you were suddenly running across the road. We didn't
Yeah.
know why, and then you were in the road. It was great.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
It was that was a funny highlight of
Yeah.
of
Oh
tour.
no, it was very good. Um, Ashley, hello Ashley, thank you for tuning in. Ashley's asked who is the best band singer you've seen live. Hmm.
Would it be a bit of a chumpy move to say that I'm gonna go with Justin Hawkins,
Yeah.
because we did like 17 shows with only a few days off. Absolutely nailed it on stage every night, and his voice was amazing. And I
Yeah.
didn't think he would be able to maintain that, and he did. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. He's phenomenal. He's just
and he
he's
gave you
got so
some
much
good
stamina.
vocal tips, didn't he? Mm.
Yeah. He gave me some vocal tips. Yeah. Because there was a bit of a lurgy going around. Um, and yeah, there was one show in particular where Ellie and I almost completely lost our voices. So
Yeah.
that was a bit scary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The best singer and band that I've seen live, like apart from Justin, obviously, but a few years ago I went to a place in Dublin, Ivy Park, I think it's called now, and I went to see St Vincent. And have you ever seen St Vincent, Ellie?
I've
My
never seen live. No.
goodness,
Love to
she
though.
was amazing, absolutely amazing. Like her, you know, it was just her entire stage presence. The like, her and the band were amazing. You know, just like they had really small, minuscule kind of choreographed moves, I guess. But it was like really simple and so effective, and I could not take my eyes off her at all. And originally, before that, I wasn't a huge fan. Like, not that I wasn't a huge fan, I just wasn't really, you know, I hadn't really got her yet until that show. So that was pretty amazing. So that's probably my answer for you, Ashley. um, she's also asked, have you rescheduled the rest of the tour yet? Not yet. I think given the kind of situation at the moment, it's a little bit difficult to sort of say that you're going to go out in autumn, or you know, like really to know when you're going to get out again, because we don't really know what's going to happen with the virus. But yeah, we're hoping that we'll be able to spend a bit of time with everybody, even through live streaming or creating some more content and things. But there will be new dates in the new year, and there's a new single coming out, Heart is on Fire, which we played a few times live. And yeah, so they'll be out on the 8th of May, so you'll have plenty of new music to kind of keep you going until then. Michael Reese has said hello. Have you seen that?
I have seen, yeah.
And hello, Joan. Good to see you again. So yes, I just kind of wanted to. Oh yes, so Scott, who joined us on the drums. Earlier on, I asked on Instagram if you had any questions, and there was a kind of phrase, a turn of phrase, need I say, that we used to say on the tour that came from Scott. but I don't know if I want to say the first word. But
Is it appropriate?
his question was SH1T myself. Have you? So this was a kind of in
a certain accent.
Yeah. So yes, he's asked that question. Not sure how we're going to respond to that. Sorry, Scott. But Scott was supposed to be on the call too, but he didn't reply. So sorry, Scott. So maybe like another couple of questions. So earlier on we had a question from Freak Jazz 666, and she has asked, who are your musical influences?
Oh, you're throwing that to me.
Yeah.
So many. So the reason I started playing bass was Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Obviously, just his vibe, his presence. I mean, I cannot play slap bass, and I would never try. But it's just the vibe and the way he plays. It just, the first time I started watching live Chili Pepper stuff, it just made me want to go out and buy bass. So I did.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a big one. I just remember growing up listening to like everything. So like the Police, the Beatles, things like that.